I've got 5 NFL storylines that I will be following very closely this offseason. Number 5 is going to be the next Cinderella team. Who takes that step up from mediocrity into the spotlight? This past season, we saw teams like the Miami Dolphins. They took a big step forward. Jacksonville going from one of the worst teams in the league under Urban Meyer to a division winner, playoff contender. The New York Giants, they climbed out of mediocrity. They became a legit playoff team once again. As for the team that shares a stadium with them, the New York Jets, for a majority of the season, they looked like a playoff team. Unfortunately, with their quarterback situation, they stumbled at the very end. But what team, what is the one that as of this moment could we identify as being the next Jacksonville, Miami, New York Giants? Who could it be? I've got several options for you. Let's break them all down super quick. First up, the Chicago Bears. Number 1, they're going to have tons of cap space. They are going to be able to make some moves in free agency. Most importantly, though, they hold the number 1 overall pick, and they've got a couple of options to really help take advantage of that. They could just end up trading the pick. There are plenty of quarterback needy teams out there that are going to be willing to pay a price to come up and draft one of the top 3 guys this year. Or do they trade Justin Fields? I'm not on that bandwagon. I think you keep Justin Fields, you trade the number 1 overall pick, you got tons of picks coming back with it because you're going to need it. All of that cap space is not going to be able to fix all of their problems. They traded their 2 best defenders in the middle of last season, and they are going to have to replace them along with bringing in more weapons for Justin Fields or whoever the quarterback ends up being. I think Chicago's headed in the right direction, but a Jacksonville-esque step up? Probably not. How about the team that picks right behind the Chicago Bears? The Houston Texans. The Texans will more than likely be drafting a quarterback. Davis Mills has done a decent job, but the road to redemption for Houston is going to be taking that top overall quarterback and finding a suitor for Davis Mills. There has got to be a team out there that thinks that he can help them work some magic at the quarterback position. But what about the defensive side of the ball? That's where things get tricky. They weren't bad against the pass last year, but it was because they were so bad against the run. Will they be able to fix those problems in a division where you have to face Travis Etienne, Derrick Henry, and Jonathan Taylor? That defense is probably just a little bit too much to overcome. Houston is at least a couple of years out. Carolina just got their new head coach, Frank Reich. Will they move forward with Sam Darnold for another year, or do they make a move in this draft to get their franchise guy? At this point, really, quarterback is the only thing that they're missing for me. If you can get a quarterback that is more consistent, gets targets to the weapons around him, DJ Moore, Terrace Marshall Jr., you help solidify that offensive line a little bit, and you might already have a defense in place to help you win games right now. The defense at times can be shaky and they can give up yards, but they've got some legitimate playmakers on that side. And if Frank Reich can get this team to buy in, they could be making a turnaround, but they're not my choice. My pick for the up and up team of the 2023 season as of right now, because it's still very early, I could change my mind depending on what they do, is the Indianapolis Colts. I believe that Indianapolis will make a move for a quarterback in the draft. I believe that they are going to hire a head coach that is going to get the most out of this team. And I believe that they have the other pieces in place already to make a run at the division. Just think about it. How much competition are the teams around them really going to bring? The Jacksonville Jags, they look legit, and I think they're here to stay. But they need to prove themselves now year after year. The aforementioned Houston Texans, they might hold the number 2 overall pick, but like I already mentioned, they're several key pieces away still at this point. And Tennessee, They've ran the South for a while now, but they aren't getting any younger, and they traded arguably one of their best players last year in A.J. Brown, and they haven't really been able to replace his big playability. Indianapolis has an offensive line that is probably still going to need another piece, but they still got good players there. They've got the running back Jonathan Taylor. He had a down year. He was hurt in 2022. Can he make a bounce back? If so, that's a big piece to the puzzle. They've got playmakers at the wide receiver position: Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Paris Campbell. They've got guys that can make plays. And on the defensive side of the ball, their defense about middle of the pack, but they have got good players. If they can keep Darius Shaquille Leonard healthy for an entire season, that would be big for that defense. For me, as of now, the Colts are a team I think makes a huge jump in 2023. But I want to hear from all of you. Who is your pick as of this moment, given all the information we have, that will make the big jump to playoff contender in 2023? Comment below, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.